Better. I had the stream volume up a lot.
Most of my BGM stuff's made for me, so.
Oh, are we live? I can't tell quite yet because we are only just beginning, but you had the intro music, we have the title. After months of saying, oh wait, this isn't the Hololive Party Podcast? Oops, my bad. This is now the Hololive Party Podcast. Oh, it's incredible. It is incredible. We've actually had this in the works for a couple weeks now, and yes. So, Kailey, I'm not sure if you're aware, but, well, Taylor and I have been doing this show now for several months, and somewhere along the line, probably...
You're on episode 17.
Yeah. And that's with a few weeks being skipped. Now, somewhere probably around 4 or 5 weeks ago, I remember it was around the time that a lot of the Hololive girls started hitting the 1 million mark, because there was like Kailey, Ame, Coco, Gura hit it long before, but it was like...
Gura's insane.
Yeah. But it was Kailey, Ame, Coco, and Hachima all hit 1 million within like a week and a half of each other. And I sort of hijacked the show just for a moment to be like, all right, so there's this news bulletin that Kiryu Coco hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Oh, wait, sorry, this is the LAN Party Podcast, not the Hololive Party Podcast. My bad. And yeah, and basically
he's been doing this bit by existing.
Yeah, pretty much. And just once per week, at some interval, I would not give Taylor the warning that I would just sort of drop in some Hololive headline.
That sounds like you.
Kailey, we're being told that your volume is a bit low. Not sure if that's something you would control or Taylor.
Definitely not me. I just finished another stream with someone else. Cough, cough. It's definitely not me, so it's going to be on the Discord side.
But anyways, so I would just drop in one headline per week and get away with it. And now I have an entire show. Oh yes,
that sounds
and we have our...
whenever you get your hands on something.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Oh, I do know it.
Last time I got my hands on something, I made a show. And then the previous time I got my hands on something, I made a show.
Yeah, you're kind of insane in the nicest way possible.
This is what I do. Thank you. I take that as such a compliment.
That's actually the best way to explain Joel in a nutshell. God.
Good plug, good plug.
Nice plug, nice plug.
But yes, I've also neglected to introduce our wonderful guest tonight, Kailey. You can hear her speaking of the radio dramas on Digital Air Entertainment. She is a member of the cast there, along with Taylor and myself, and a big Hololive fan. The two of us actually have hosted a one-off Hololive podcast before, and that was on Christmas Day, when we would have normally had the D-Kai podcast, which is Digital Air Entertainment's anime podcast, but the others were busy, so Kailey and I, for the day, hosted the Holo Day special.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again? I'm trying to help do some audio testing on the episode because it sounds. Well, no. But it sounds like you're not having any audio coming out.
Oh, hey, so we've just been screaming into. Well, I haven't been screaming into a void, apparently. Kailey has not been screaming into a void, apparently, but Taylor has?
Bear with me. I'm going to keep deafening till I make sure we're good.
Hmm.
Yes, okay. It sounds like we're good. RJ, we are
Cool.
indeed talking about
Thanks,
VTubers.
RJ. Yes, we are
Oh no,
talking
Cam's
about
the one who told us. Cam's the one who told us here in our live chat. RJ's the one on YouTube being a doll, all puns intended, talking about VTubers.
Well, thank you to both of them. So yes,
Mwah.
welcome to the new age.
I just want a Cali rap.
And slowly but surely, I corrupted Taylor. Yep.
I just want a Cali rap. It's stuck in my head.
Like, I suppose we can. So
No. Like, no, that's me at all times. Like, Callie lives rent free in my head, and I've gotten to a point where I can actually like one for one. Like, I can do I can do a lot of her raps at like 1.5 speed.
By the way, I suppose we should give a little bit of context to anyone who's listening who is completely and utterly lost right now. So, if you haven't already heard the good word, Hololive is essentially the biggest VTuber agency there is right now. Don't start that just yet. We will let Kailey sing once I'm done with this little intro, and I'll also introduce the song.
Oh, I'll just do it a cappella if I'm gonna do it at 1.5 speed.
Oh gosh. But anyways, my guess is that if you are a connoisseur of nerdy culture in this day and age, that you have probably heard tell of the VTuber uprising that has been just popping up really over the course of the past year, but it was catalyzed very much so by the debut of Hololive English. So Hololive is a company that has been operating out of Japan for about 4 years now, and they are essentially a VTuber agency. And just like an agency for, a music group or other performing talent, they manage and promote VTuber talents. They provide their talent with the rigs, with the technology, along with the various promotions. They create merchandise for them. That this is a full service agency that has really just gone from a grassroots project of one talent and now has over 50 active talents, including a branch, obviously, as we mentioned, that operates in English and an Indonesian branch as well. So that's sort of the big thing. That's why this is the Hololive Party podcast. But the VTuber landscape as a whole has just exploded, really. That if you go to Twitch or YouTube and look
fall down the
around,
rabbit hole.
you will fall down the rabbit hole. And honestly, the YouTube algorithm is very much to thank for this because once you watch one video, another's going to pop up in your feed.
Yep.
And then it is
And then they
just
don't
a
stop coming, and they don't
spiraling
stop
effect
coming,
from
and they
there.
don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Mm-hmm. So yes, Hololive I think is a great entry point to the rabbit hole for most people because naturally they are the biggest. They're going to be the most polished, and they're going to be the ones where you're going to find the biggest built-in community. So, and there's also just the most clipped content because while these live streams can go, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours, sometimes you just want to see the good parts. And the community, just on its own, this is not sanctioned or anything, will clip the best parts of any given stream, and they'll usually end up online within the hour.
Yes, they will.
So we'll have probably a couple clips that we'll show tonight because there was some shenanigans happening today for April the 1st. That was pretty good.
Those new models? Mwah.
Yeah, oh my gosh, love them. They're great. So we'll discuss that. I still haven't seen the arrest of wanted war criminal Usada Pekora.
Oh God. Pekora. You fall down the rabbit hole.
Down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, that sounds like
Pulled,
that.
fall,
Yeah, that sounds accurate.
same difference.
You were pushed. You were Sparta kicked down the rabbit hole.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
No, you were Pecco kicked down the rabbit hole.
Yes.
Pain Pecco. Embrace the pain Pecco. Good, as it should be.
And a member of the radio drama cast as well.
Oh, God. Kailey's so hot. Ugh.
And I probably said something along the lines of, Corey, bring up RIP.
死んせるしますか死んでください You embraced it fully.
Something wonderful.
That's what happened to me, actually, like almost verbatim. My friend Megan, who is an artist, a very good friend of mine, she was like, hey, I know you like VTubers and stuff. We should, become VTubers. I was like, yeah, whatever. And then she was like, okay, but... Oh? I don't know.
It'd be something on your end, because we can still hear each other.
Yeah?
Maybe it's RJ? One sec, let me bring it up on my end.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. I hear everything. Oh, no.
Nope, you cut out.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, the stream just doesn't like us.
Kailey Curse followed us all the way to your channel, Taylor.
Son of a... Why is it... Hold on.
Oh,
Why
wait,
is it
I
the
can hear
Kailey
me.
curse?
I can hear myself. Yeah, I'm still coming through.
Is it the curse of Pekora? Oh, it doesn't even show that we're live anymore. Oh, no, there it is.
I hear you as well.
Taylor,
can you talk?
Swear to God.
Okay, so I think we're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Did you just toggle your mic by accident again, Taylor?
Oh no, it was worse than that.
What did you do?
I may or may not have been on. I hold on. I may or may not have been on the completely wrong microphone input this entire time.
It may be a new show, but we
How
still got our
appropriate
same
that
stuff, folks.
We're talking about Hololive and talking about Calliope Mori, and what happens? Tech scruff.
Scuff.
Yeah, actually,
got
that's
scuff.
Yep.
Got
But hey,
the scuff.
that's on brand for Hololive
That
as
is
well.
extremely on brand.
And I think that's one of the really endearing things about Hololive is that
we embrace scuff in this household.
They encounter the same technical things because they all operate out of their houses, out of their apartments, that they will do on rare occasion things in the studio. And obviously that has been drastically decreased over the past year, but they still operate out of usually just their houses and like home studios, and they will have things go wrong. Just today, Callie was having issues with the new models, and I like that they're allowed to show that level of imperfection and just that struggle, because it makes them more relatable, it's endearing, and it also means that they don't need to drive themselves insane pretending that it doesn't happen, because goodness knows it doesn't matter if you are a paid professional or an amateur, you're gonna have tech issues all the
Mm-hmm.
time. It is just a reality. But anyways,
Even if you're a
where were we?
professional, trust me.
Oh yes, how we each got into the rabbit hole. So Kaylee, you were regaling us with
Yes,
yours, and I guess I'll
yes.
go
My
after that.
friend Megan
And I'll
is
tell
an
mine again
artist,
later, I guess.
and I love her. She God, she was like, "Hey, we're talking about becoming VTubers and stuff," and I was very much on the fence about it. And I was like, I don't really care. And then, like, the literal next day, she's like, Kailey, 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 I just found you as a VTuber. I was like, what the hell are you talking? And then she sent me Shinsereshi Maskashin to Kudasai. And I was like, hello, I'm gay. Can I smooch this woman repeatedly? Like, repeatedly? And I have been jamming to it nonstop ever since. And I was reaped into the rabbit hole.
And mine
And
is
I love
about
her.
the same, that I can directly trace my descent to Cali, because Corey, Taylor and I's mutual friend, who's part of the radio drama cast, had actually been showing me Hololive videos every so often for a while, that we'll just have an anime night every couple of weeks, and he'll just bring up Hololive clips to fill the void if between episodes someone is, getting a snack or going to the bathroom. So I'd seen a couple clips, and, they were amusing, but none of them really grabbed me. But
Mm-hmm.
then I saw the announcement that Hololive was debuting an English branch, and they were actually debuting pretty early in the day, 7 a.m. Central Time. And it just so happened that at that point in time, I was doing an early schedule for work, so I was up at that hour anyways. So I was like, what the heck? It's the
Language
debut.
barriers are a
Let's see
thing.
what all this is about. So, I log into work because I'm fortunate enough to work from home, bring up the stream, and Callie was the first of the whole IVN branch to debut. And
Yes.
I started to understand pretty quickly. And I think a lot of it comes down to the difference between watching a clip and the difference for an energy that you see on stream. That just the chat, the interaction with the broadcaster, it it really is a different level. And that's not to say that you
Mm-hmm.
can't be a fan if you just watch clips. That's entirely valid, and it's entirely possible. But for whatever reason, for me personally, there something clicked when I was watching that, and I was like, "Oh, this is what it's about." And then she ended her stream with her debut song, and then I had that basically on loop for the rest of the day, maybe the rest of the week. I will neither confirm nor deny. Anyways.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. No,
And
I
then I
love that
watched the
woman.
rest of the debuts. And it's the type of thing
Yeah.
that Callie was my favorite from the get go.
Same.
And like at the start, I didn't really love all of them. Like some of them were hit or miss. I didn't like dislike any of them, but it was the type of thing where they have only grown on me over time. That just I was so on Gura. Ina just wasn't really my jam, mostly because she did a lot of art. But then as time has gone on, it's been a bit over 6 months since they all debuted, and I am now a big fan of all five of them. Callie's still my favorite, but it's the type of thing that my enjoyment of the other four has only grown.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I have to agree. Like that was kind of how I was with like Ina, because I really like Ina's design because Ina's designed by one of my favorite artists from the Fate Grand Order series, and she like immediately appealed to me, and I was like, hello. And then like as a character, she didn't super appeal to me.
So, for reference, for those of you who might not be familiar, Ina is her character is that she is a priestess of the Ancient Ones who basically has this Necronomicon, which caused her to sprout large tentacles out of her back. So she's a human, but has these eldritch properties. And she's super quiet, super chill, and she's really good at art. And she makes the worst puns. Oh my gosh, the dad
Yeah,
puns with her are
she's
strong.
100. Like that's a woman after my heart.
But I suppose with that introduction, we might as well actually let the good people listen to a little bit of Excuse My Rudeness, but could you please RIP? And I guess, Kailey, would you like to sing along, or should we play them the original version with Callie singing?
Play the original. I might jam along with it, though. I'll
Okay.
mute myself if I have to.
Fair,
I mean,
yeah.
well, hang on. What I can do, hang on. It takes like 20 seconds. Do you mind if I do Live Again real fast at 1.5?
Sure.
Sure.
Because I want to be goofy. Make sure I've got it queued up. Okay. I'll do it a cappella because there's no way for it to sync up otherwise because everything.
And then
is
Taylor, in the
awful.
meantime, bring up RIP. Make sure that any ads that have to roll.
Yes.
And we'll just mute that during the meantime. So.
Oh, I'm on premium, bitch.
Oh, dang. We got a badass over here.
All right. Here we go. All right, I've got it pulled up. I've got it at 1.5 speed. Let's see if I can do this without hurting myself. I'm only gonna do part of it.
This is what happens at the end of each of Callie's streams.
Please don't hurt yourself on my show.
Oh, Scotty, it's in the party. Let's hit the road before I have to reflect. Shinigami, Modo Oshino Hodo, Isukashikite, gotta run, but thanks for watching what I put out. The whist out a ton. Excuse me, sorry, Taihen, time to say goodbye again. Promise it's a matter of time before we're best friends. It's at the end of your mori, because every closed door is just the intro of a brand new story. One wish that I can't pretend I don't wanna see come true. I know it wouldn't make a difference if you thought of me as much as I think about you. But maybe it's deliverance from the pain I know is coming on when my old soul's finally gone. It's not wrong to think about it, but I'll stop for tonight, because we're immortalized forever. And the songs we write, so to say goodbye. The end. I'm not sorry, but I wanna see you again sometime. A song of my heart, a world of worry, fun, all your mind, but we leave it all behind. Signing
off. Yeah. So, yes.
I can also do Shinsudeshi
Very well done.
At 1.5.
Very, very well done.
Please do not injure yourself on stream.
Oh no. It's I say injure myself and then it's like without saying anything a little too risky, I'm also dipped my feet into the VTuber rabbit hole a little more than I probably should admit. And because of my voice, I've been compared to Callie a bunch. And I got challenged to do the Eminem Godzilla rap since Callie did it. And I've gotten to a point where I can do it. Because I'm insane.
Ta-da! Yes, let's play just a little bit of the original RIP for the good people who might not have heard it before.
Alrighty, let me get it pulled up. Hide that.
So keep in mind, when this was first premiered, it was her debut stream, and she had mentioned that she liked doing music.
Yes.
She mentioned that she wanted to write songs. She did not really specify her specialty. And this is how she closes her debut stream.
And let me just say, I don't think anyone, myself included, because my mic was offline when I said this the first time.
Nobody was ready.
This was my introduction to Hololive. I was immediately just slapped in the face with "Excuse my rudeness, but could you please rip?" That was my intro to Hololive. But yeah, no one was ready for this.
I'm gonna have to mute myself because I'm totally gonna sing along. Yeah, I know the whole bit, man.
Fuck it, modern day killers really must take fun. More often people taking lives like knives and guns. To be a murder connoisseur is in the ruins of hell. Get used to luring the audience of what it says. Cause to my surprise, snatch your lives, 40 eyes, can't she? Nice try, stopping the motherfucking debate. She a human and race, sure can't stop at the pace, sir. Make sure it's standing off from around slate first. Jealous haters out there, high five, I see you. No one's gonna buy this bitch, I believe you. Cute as all hell in a literal sense. A literal pretense. But these are all doubting, no show, dollars and cents. To me, not a tale, the queen saying not a sight. Another super radical, so it's to tear your heart apart at the seams. Still the killer of your dreams. Put the soul into my pocket, then I flee the scene.
Then I flee the scene.
If you take my advice, you'll be killed by what you don't know. But the other saying that I like so much more is along the lines that you read what you fucking see. So gotta know, ain't it so? Could you let go or you're slow for me? So go and die, Saki. I'm not asking for much. Do me a favor and die. Man, she could have she must go shin de kudasai. She bitch. Murder is so fucking kawaii. Kawaii ne.
All right, let's cut it there. That way we don't get DMCA'd. But I think that gives you a very good idea of what you're dealing with here in terms of Calliope Mori. And how many views is the original up to now?
16.6 million.
Yeah, that was one of the things that really struck me of making me realize, okay, how popular is this and how viral actually she went on her debut, because she hit, I think, like, it was over 250,000 views on day one, and it hit 1 million views in under a week.
Oh, I believe it.
And what probably helped her as well is that one of the first things she did was she hosted a remix competition that at the end of her first week, she announced that. And so it was, some people had already remixed it on their own, of their own volition by this time, as remixers are prone to doing. But
100%.
when she, throws down the gauntlet and actually declares open season on her own song, goodness knows people went ham, and even more than she expected, because she the original composer, Kokoro Beats, had to listen to over 800 submissions.
Yeah.
And I went through and listened to a good number, and by the time you hit,
50 or so?
15, 20, it starts to get a bit repetitive, no matter how good the arrangements are. I cannot imagine listening to 800.
Yeah, no, they were... Oh my god, some of them are absolutely phenomenal, and some of them were just making
Some of them
my
you could
brain
tell
hurt.
were valiant first attempts, shall we say.
Yeah, the Nato remix is one of my favorite ones.
Oh my
This
god,
was
yeah, I
a
was just about to say.
Yeah,
And then
winning
there was
winner.
the Nato
It wasn't my
remix. This
favorite,
Mad
though.
Lad.
There were some better ones in my opinion. I can see why it won.
This one's up
but-
there though, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm not upset this one won. This one wasn't my personal favorite either, but it's good.
I love them. I love my girls.
What's not to love?
It's also, if I remember correctly, she also does all of her own video editing too. She's
Oh, yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The
Kelly is stupidly talented on so many different levels, and it makes me physically angry because can you please share some talent with the rest of the world, man?
it's a line in the second verse of R.I.P., which we didn't get to, but she describes herself as a workaholic business lady getting shit done, and
Yep.
she is very much a workaholic. The thing
It's
is,
actually
I get the
taken her
feeling
to
that
have to
basically,
take breaks.
in order
mandatory.
to be Hololive level talent, you need to be a workaholic to some extent.
Yep.
It just the amount of work they put in, because it is not simply you turn on the camera and you go. That they all, make their own assets for when they make schedules, that they'll usually take fan art, but then the actual arrangement of the schedule they have to do. They have to put in the prep work. They have to do coordination and meetings with the agency, and this is the amount of work it takes to be a VTuber in general. This is not a unique thing to Hololive.
Oh my god. Being a
While this is the
VTuber takes
Hololive Party
so much
Party
effort.
podcast for the day, I do want to be super clear that Hololive is sort of our focus, because it's good to, at least limit our scope, because goodness knows there are so many VTubers out there, and providing focus gives us direction as hosts. But
Because I was
by
about to
no
say, if we
means
go
do
into
I
Niji
want to suggest-
Sanji and indie VTubers, boy howdy, could I break down the wall?
yeah, and just there's so many others. I think Hololive is a great introduction because they're the biggest, they're successful.
It's the easiest to get a hold of.
Yeah, it's easiest to get a hold of, but I certainly hope that none of the things that we say tonight should, in any way suggest that Hololive is the only worthwhile VTubing experience. That this is
Quite
a
literally,
very-
go on
this
Twitter,
is
just go
a-
into the hashtag VTuber
this is an
EN
express
VTuber.
lane into the rabbit hole for you. But it
Basically.
goes so much deeper, friends. It goes so much deeper. So Taylor, for you, who would you say is your favorite, I suppose, out of the 5 EN girls?
Oh god! Out of the 5 Ian girls, number 1 has it has to be Kailey.
Okay, because I
Good
wasn't sure if it was
answer.
going to be
Only
Callie or
correct answer.
Gorda, but we're just
Oh,
we're a
good.
trio of Callie fans here.
Good is a very, very close second. She is she's so precious.
She's a gremlin.
Her growth has been astronomical. So
Oh my god. No, wait. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Gargura, when yes, the vowel heard round the world.
I will never be able to. Whenever I hear her name, or whenever I'm like working on some scripting stuff, and I just see a scream, and I don't want to actually do it to hurt myself, I'll just look at the microphone and go.
Yes. So for
That's
those who
my
aren't familiar, Gargura is one of the 5 talents of Hololive English. Her shtick is that she is a shark girl.
Shark
By
from
which-
Atlantis.
Yep, from Atlantis. And her first tweet was just the letter A.
Lowercase, Stephen.
Lowercase
Yes,
A.
that is imperative.
And on her debut stream,
The first sound out of her
the first
mouth. Not
sound
first
out of her
word.
mouth. The first sound. So, she shows her model. She has the background going. Opens her mouth. Along with a very nice little reverb echo.
Yeah.
So,
little reverb.
They
The
love their
statement of
reverb.
has become very, very iconic for her. But I also say it was the vowel heard round the world because Gargura, out of nowhere, has become the single biggest talent in Hololive and is rapidly encroaching on being the biggest VTuber, at least in terms of YouTube subscriber numbers in the world. So to put it in perspective, prior to the debut of Hololive EN, none of the Hololive talent had reached the 1 million subscriber mark on YouTube. Gura, the highest at that point was somewhere around 800,000, I think. Gura became the first Hololive talent to hit 1 million
Mhm.
before any of the others in about a month. She is now sitting at about 2.25 million subscribers.
Jesus.
The only VTuber left who has more YouTube subscribers than her is the first VTuber, Kisune Ai. At the current rate, Gura will eclipse Ai before her first
easily.
anniversary. She will likely eclipse Ai within 3 months. Just going off of pure numbers projections.
That
I
is-
haven't done calculations, but this is, given the actual growth rate, it's not a difficult thing to project from there.
That is just bizarre to think about.
Yeah.
No, it's not, honestly. So from my standpoint, cover hit the market in the right
Yeah,
manner.
sorry. Well,
Like,
and
Kizuna
when
Ai-
Kailey says cover Corp
Yes.
is the company that operates Hololive. So when we're
Yes.
talking cover, we're talking the business side of that. Sorry.
So no, you're good. So Cover and Hololive knew what they were doing, and so Kizuna Ai, much in the same. So I'm gonna use a really interesting comparison here. Kizuna Ai has the same attribute as Hatsune Miku, very very large in Asian countries and everything on the other side of the world. You
Neverland
can't go
stateside.
anywhere. Exactly. So it didn't have that same boom. Now Miku did eventually, but like Miku's a special case because a whole other thing. But like for Kizuna Ai, she got big over here, but not in the same
I had
manner
heard
because
of
she wasn't
Kizune Ai
marketed.
long
Yeah.
before I'd heard of Hololive. I heard of her some.
Oh yeah, she's
2,
been
3
up
years
since
ago.
what? 2016 was when
Yeah, she-
Kizuna came out.
Yeah, she's going on 6, 7ish years old.
Yeah,
But the thing with
November
her
of
is
16.
She
November
operates
of
entirely
16.
in Japanese and just has never made the attempt to bridge the language barrier.
Well, and that's the thing right there. So, like, Cover and Hololive, when they brought over the Hololive EN as like a testing type thing, because nobody expected Hololive EN to explode. And when it did explode, their branding and marketing and understanding of, just nerd and otaku and idol culture, but also tailoring it to, all puns intended, to the American audience and like the English speaking audience, which like quadrupled their viewer base.
Yeah, because it just
Was the smartest
in terms
thing
of
they
raw
could have
numbers,
done.
If you look at Google, how many people on Earth speak Japanese? Oop, sorry, my pop screen fell. Then Google, how many people on Earth speak English? The raw multiple of your potential audience is astronomical. It doesn't matter if the proportion of the audience, like let's say that 1% of people who speak Japanese would be interested in VTubers. even if it's 0.25% of English speakers that would be interested in VTubers, you're still going to get more fans because of how many people speak English.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just raw numbers.
Well, it's the same tributes when they brought out some of the newer gens of Hololive Indonesia. How we got like Kureji Ollie because she's what,
Fucking love Ollie.
trilingual?
Yeah. So the thing is, I mentioned earlier that there is a Indonesian branch. There are currently 6.
Aren't they all of them
There's 2
bilingual at
gens
minimum?
of 3. All of, well, no, not all of them. All of the
Most of them are
second gen-
bilingual at minimum.
Most of them are bilingual, but all 3 of the second gen Indonesian ones, because they were in 2 groups of 3,
Yes.
are to some degree at least trilingual. With what is the particular of Indonesian? Because it starts with a B, and I'm blanking on it.
I don't
Bots?
remember.
I don't want to butcher it, but it is the effective Mandarin of Indonesian. That Indonesian, like Chinese, has different dialects. It is the primary dialect of Indonesian. So they speak Indonesian, English,
Balinese?
and Japanese. Thank you. I'm 90% sure that is correct.
Yeah, because there's Javanese, Sundanese, Bingang, Kabau. I don't know how to pronounce it, and the Balinese.
I believe it's Balinese, but anyways. Oh yeah, so this is Hoshinova Muna and Rene, why am I blanking on her first name? Pavolia.
Yeah, Pavolia.
So Minecraft is a very, very big thing for
Yeah.
Hololive, and unsurprisingly, it's a big thing for streamers in general because it's open. You're allowed to monetize it. You don't need to get explicit permission from what was Notch and what is now Microsoft. That you're just able to do it because a big thing actually, and I'm surprised it didn't come up earlier. The IP law in Japan actually is very different from what it is in the US, in that in order to monetize a stream, if you are playing a game, you must receive explicit permission from the developer, unless there is a open license or some other extenuating circumstance. So, for instance, Kailey has wanted to play Persona. She cannot play that on stream.
Calliope 3?
Calliope 3, yes, we'll get to that.
Atlas.
She wants to play Persona 3, but unless Atlas, the developer, gives Cover Corp permission, she is not allowed to do a stream where she receives any sort of monetization. Now, in the US, you're actually able to do that without explicit permission, just because of how IP laws are different internationally. But since you don't need to get that type of permission for Minecraft, it is obviously a big go-to for them. Plus, it's an inherently social game that can also just be an individual game, so it works very well for their purposes.
It's also not one that you have to worry about language barriers.
Yeah. And a lot of people know Minecraft, they know what's going on.
You break the thing, you craft the thing, go.
Yeah. And hijinks abound, and creativity is something that can be shown very easily here. So there is actually a enormous Hololive, both Japanese and English server. They have 2 separate servers where they have just built out these massive sprawling worlds with various projects. Amelia Watson has made this huge sprawling railway system in the English server that she is just whoop. Yes. What's interesting here is so both Muna and Rene are essentially they're big sister characters.
Yeah, they're
They are Onesans. But they both have their own mischievous and just sort of manic streaks. So I have not actually seen this particular stream or this clip, but I can imagine they would get along well together.
It's absolutely bonkers. I know this clip.
I will say this too about Muna, and I know I messaged you about this earlier, Joel. But I have been sleeping on Muna as a talent and as a singer for far too long. Like I was
Oh yeah, she is.
I was listening to some music on YouTube,
one, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, I was listening to some music on YouTube in a. I just had like an auto-generated playlist going. It was just going through some, like various Hololive Talents songs, both originals and covers, and one of Muna's songs came on. I think I have it liked, actually. I think I might be able to find exactly which one it was. But
yeah, because for you, what I think the primary thing that really helped drag you into the rabbit hole was music. That it started with Kailey and
absolutely.
with R.I.P. But then I remember your sort of second step in was a lot of the Gura ukulele songs.
Here it was. It was this one.
Oh yeah, I
While
know
that plays, I will be right back. Sorry, let me.
Yeah, so for those viewing, the Hololive Talents, a number of them do their own original pieces. Some just do covers. Most of them have considerable singing talent.
Well, that's a big thing that they were kind of looking into, because Hololive and cover as a general.
It was started to be an idol agency. The whole gag. It is now a gag that famously the CEO of Cover Corp, I always forget his first name, but Tanigo-san said that Hololive is supposed to be a idol agency, specifically an idol agency, very much akin to AKB48. And it is now a giant meme that this man who wanted to start a say-so pure idol agency is now managing a whole bunch of internet gremlins.
Yago's dream is dead.
Yeah, Yago's dream is dead.
Yeah.
And yet it is more alive than ever.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember hearing this song come up on my stereo in my work Jeep, and thinking, oh, like, this is actually really, really pretty. Like, who is that? Muna? And just, oh my god, I fell in love immediately.
Now I know another one that you actually contacted me being like, holy crap, this is amazing, was when you stumbled across Toa's cover of Error.
Can I play that? Can I play it, please?
Yes, Taylor, you may.
Okay.
Because you should tell the story here.
And before I do, there's a reason why this song means so much to me in this rendition. First of all, yes, Toa is TMT. She's an absolute angel. But
see, every time you talk about Toa and Error, there's only one thing that comes to my brain, and it's Hachama's Echo. Because I've known the song Echo since it came out like 6 years ago, and Hachama's bonkers in every way possible. And so for Hachama to do Echo is kind of like on my brain the same level as Error.
Okay, but like, let me explain to me just exactly why this particular rendition of Error means so much to me. Yes, like, first of all, like, Toa's voice is just...
Toa has, I think, bar none, the most unique voice among all the Hololive talents.
And it's so unique, and it's so otherworldly. Like, it gives me chills whenever I listen to her sing. But again, there's another reason why this particular song, this particular rendition means so much. Hololive is not the first rabbit hole I have fallen down. Vocaloid was.
Mm-hmm.
This particular song.
Have you heard Okayu sing yet? Because Okayu's got a very similar texture to Toa.
Oh, I'll pull one up here in a bit. I'll pull one I found of Okayu here in a bit. But to hear this particular song sung by an artist with such a beautiful voice, like
even I still
God,
get chills when listening to this one. Like,
it hits me
Toa's
hard.
really fucking good.
Like, this song hits me hard in the best possible way.
Yeah, like I would say, like, play the first minute and a half, and then skip to near the end where you have the big hit.
Oh my God, just...
Plus, Hololive always partners with just top tier visual talent. That the girls don't do the animations, but when they put out a music video, it's good quality.
Like, the first time I heard this particular rendition, it's like I astral projected back in time. It was like I had an out-of-body experience.
The range.
Oh my, it's incredible. All right, where about was it?
It'd probably be, somewhere around there, yeah. She actually had another new song called Palette recently, which was, I think it is her best thing. I would call it tied with Error, possibly even above it because it's original.
Was Palette original?
Yeah, actually it was.
Palette was, yeah. So the shtick with this particular Hololive talent, Toa, is she is supposed to be a demon girl. So all the Hololive girls have, a character, a shtick. So Ollie is a zombie who's trying to become an idol. Callie is a reaper who's on hiatus. Gura is a shark from Atlantis. Toa is a demon. Now the thing with Toa, she's really nice. Really sweet, super considerate. She, like, when one of the other girls was sick, she folded a bunch of paper cranes and sent them to her and sent her care packages. And she's one that will go out of her way to do nice things for the others. And as such, she gets teased a great deal. And people call her, you said it earlier, Taylor, TMT, which is a acronym for Toa Maho Tenshi, which is Toa the Angel. So
That would be Magic Angel if it's Mahal, because it's Magic Angel.
Yes, I actually think you were correct, yeah.
I would hope I'm correct.
Bottom line is, she gets teased for being an angel, and just every time on stream, it's like, no, I'm a demon. I'm a demon. I'm evil. And we just sort of pat her on the head and be like, you keep telling yourself that, little angel.
Okay, I need to explain something here. This Toa's rendition of Error got requested and played on the stream of a Twitch streamer called the 8-Bit Drummer.
Ooh, I know that guy.
Yeah, I freaking love his content. He, as he was playing it, he's never heard the song before. Like, that's one of the biggest things that he does is like blind drum covers, and he just nails them every single time. But he's never heard this song before, and he describes it, I'm not even kidding, as having like a church or worship swing vibe to it, like that exact same type of rhythm, as if you needed any more proof of TMT.
Yeah, just blind musician calling out Toa.
Anyway. So I already queued up. I do have the the karaoke for Pop on Rocks, and I also have the Pecora Prison Break.
Pecora.
All right, so we're not going to watch the full 11 minutes of the Prison Break, but basically, Usada Pecora is one of the Hololive Japanese talents. She is a bunny girl, literally, and she has the most iconic laugh of Hololive, and it's not close. People describe her laugh. They write it out with diagonal arrows.
Yeah. I've actually gotten really good at mimicking it, which is uncomfortable.
One of my litmus tests for Are You in the Rabbit Hole is to show someone a gif of Pecora laughing and say, can you hear this image?
Stop, Joel, stop. That laugh haunts me in my dreams.
I think I already posted about this over in the D Discord, over in the VTuber channel that we have. But imagine you're walking down a dark tunnel. It's cold, it's damp, there's water dripping, and just out of nowhere in the distance, just echoing through the tunnels, you hear that laugh.
Here it is. I found the post. You're walking down a series of dark tunnels, almost a labyrinth. There are puddles of water on the ground. The walls are dimmed, and the only light source is a small flashlight you hold in your hand. You have no idea where the exit is, and every minute that passes, you feel as though you are getting more lost than you were before. Suddenly, you think you hear footsteps behind you. You freeze and listen, but hear nothing. Just as you are about to keep walking, though, you hear it. That person's noise echoing through the tunnels, signaling your imminent doom. Taylor, please bring up, just on YouTube, put Pecora laugh compilation. You will find what you need.
Are you trying to give me an asthma attack, Joel?
Maybe.
No, I'm doing it now! Damn it! I'm really bothered by how good I can mimic it now.
But you can hear it, just like the up and down arrows, because it's ha, ha, ha.
It's almost like she's inhaling the laugh.
It is. No, that's exactly how you do it. So I figured out how to do her laugh. And it's I'm dying.
Oh, so that's why it's an asthma attack. Now it makes sense.
No, it's just because... Okay, so my favorite Pecora video, my absolute favorite Pecora video, and it's a compilation video, is Pecora playing the Wii Sports Resort video.
Oh, I know that one. That's a good one.
I actually physically threw up. I was laughing so hard.
Oh my gosh. I remember I laughed really hard at that one. That's one of the ones that Corey brought up for Taylor and I.
Just so
it was very good.
Just so you know, I legit almost
threw up from laughing so hard.
I almost just fell out of my chair.
Good.
Yeah, so Usada Pecora, she is precious hilarious and also widely regarded as a war criminal. For many reasons, but basically she does things in Minecraft and other games that would qualify as war crimes. So it's been just a running joke. You know, my little war criminal can't be this cute. But today, for April Fools, they pulled this. Oh, good. There's built-in fast forwards.
Yeah. I think this is basically like a synopsis of like what happened pre-stream.
No, this is just her in general, honestly.
Now, is this one of the 11-minute videos, or
Yeah, let me.
yeah? So we're
zoom
not
forward a
going to
little
watch the
bit.
full one, but she was actually given a prison outfit somewhere along here.
Let's see.
小綺麗な格好してる？いや、この洋服脱ぐのは無理ペコです。さすがに。いや、無理。あ、やめてください。あ、ちょっと待って。あ、やめて。自分で脱げます、自分で。触らないでください。あ、いいですよ。
Oh dear, that got you by.
触らないで。いや、マジで。いて。あれ、なんだこれ。ボサボサにされたペコなんだけど。
Oh my
ほら、
god.
こんな捕まってるような格好になぜなってるペコなの？
They even wilted her ears.
あいつ裏切り者ペコだったのみんな。見て、こいつのせいでペコちゃん、この父ちゃんが裏切ったせいでペコはここから出れなくなっちゃった。重りがついて。重てえペコだよ。
Oh, I didn't realize that that's what that was.
Yep, it was a ball and chain.
Oh my god, it's a
こんな
carrot ball and chain. That's adorable.
ペコアラの成功返せペコだよ。ずっとそのままでいてください。ふざけんなペコ。
Oh my god.
ペコ。もうペコらも何もできない。もう何もやる気が起きない。誰も助けてくれない。
Is equal parts adorable, sad,
もうずっと
and
このまま。
you get what you
Chaotic.
deserve, you war criminal.
Yeah.
Oh
Sakura is
my
great.
god.
One of
I
the things
hadn't
that's
actually seen the
really
outfit
no-
yet. That is so good.
Oh yeah, I'd seen stills. I had not seen it in motion. I hadn't seen the carrot ball
Yeah,
and
the
chain.
motions so good.
Yeah, they even made her eyes just kind of dead. So one thing that Pekra is actually really well known for is that prior to joining Hololive, she was borderline hikokomori. That not, actually afraid of going outside, but she was very much borderline recluse. That she
It was
did not
it was
leave.
less fear, more she just didn't care.
Yeah, that she just did not go out much. She did
She
not.
was a neat, not a
socialize.
hikiko.
Okay, yeah, that's a much better.
Yeah, she was a neat.
Phrase, yeah. And through joining Hololive, she's made a lot of friends, but also obviously found a very lucrative job. And at some point, she told her chat that her parents were not aware of her job, that she was working as a VTuber. Despite the fact
The
that she was
stream
still
with
living
her
in their
mother?
house. Despite the
The
fact that
stream with her mother
oh my
made
gosh,
me
yeah. Well, I'm
cry.
getting there. Yeah, so her parents, while she was still living under their roof, because she had already been, such a recluse, such a neat, didn't tell the difference from before she became a full-time streamer to when she became one of the biggest VTubers in the world.
Yeah.
So she was like, my parents know I have a job.
They just don't know what it is.
They just don't know what I do, but they know that I'm safe and that I'm working and I'm being paid. And they didn't push her. They didn't ask. So she made the promise that when she reached 1 million subscribers on YouTube, that she would tell her mother and that she would do it on stream. So it became a countdown. It's already a countdown for anyone to hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but for her, it was building up to be an event. And when she hit 1 million, she held up her end of the bargain. It was probably a week or so later that she said, all right, everyone, today is the day. I've told my mom that I need to tell her something. She's downstairs. She's going to be coming up in a couple minutes, and you can look up videos of her telling her mother that she brings in this cute little clip art of a mother, put bunny ears on it, just to
Aw.
represent her mother being on stream. And she's like, she was kind of scared because a big thing is keeping their identities safe. So
Of course.
a big thing for most VTubers in general, but especially Hololive talents because they are so big, is their anonymity. And some people, depending on what they did before joining Hololive, it is possible to trace and figure out, okay, who are they? But at the same time, even when those are known, it is very much a this is a open secret. It is Fight Club. We do not talk about it. That's actually one of the really cool things I think about the community. One thing I really respect is that people have a very good grasp of reality. Nobody thinks that Calliope Mori is a person. Nobody thinks that Pekora is a person. We know there are real human beings that are behind these avatars that are, full-time streamers, they're performers, they're entertainers. And almost ironically so, I think that the Hololive community has a better level of respect for the humanity of the talent than your average online community will for your average streamer. But
I will say
anyways,
this too.
I take. Sorry, go ahead, Taylor.
One of the things that I really do appreciate about Hololive and about VTubing in general is that there is that unspoken, understood boundary that it's just understood that you don't cross it, and you don't look into their, or try to dig up their private lives or look into who they really are. Like you said, even if you are able to trace it back, it's okay, cool. That's like extra trivia, extra knowledge for you. But it's understood you don't go out and dox them, basically.
Yeah, that you don't go out and dox them, and even if it's a widely known one, you just don't talk about it. It is the rule of Fight Club. But anyway, so when Pekora was, going to be telling her mother about this, there was a big fear of, oh gosh, what if her mother, because her mother doesn't know anything about VTubers, accidentally uses her daughter's name? That would be bad. So, there was even a whole thing of just Pekora's manager was probably more nervous that day than Pekora herself. But, Pekora put in her due diligence. She was like, I'm about to show you something. I'm going to tell you something. And she was like, I have sticky notes all over my computer that says, don't call me by my name. Call me this, or a little list of rules, and that she had warned her mother in advance that what is going to happen, at least to some degree, of saying, I'm going to show you something. This is what you cannot do. This is what you cannot say. And the stream went off without a hitch. It was super emotional. It was adorable. And there were, I forget how many viewers. I think it might have been 38,000 people watching. But basically, in a nutshell, enough people to fill up an NFL stadium, watched a bunny girl VTuber.
Didn't she have millions in that chat?
It was a million views within a day. I know that.
Yeah,
I don't remember how many it was for the live chat. It might have been. I forget if that was the 30, or it might have been.
It was one of her largest turnouts ever.
I'm
because
pretty sure it
of
was her biggest one yet.
Yeah, because of the specific situation involved. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because it was an event. It was anticipated.
It was also one of the first times that anything like this had happened in the entirety of Hololive. At least to this degree.
I found it. On December 13th, she revealed her VTuber job to her mother live on stream with over 120 viewers. I was off by a magnitude.
Over 120.
120,000 viewers.
Thank you.
I was about to say.
Viewers. Yeah.
I was about to say 120? Damn.
No,
I average more than that sometimes.
No, it was 120 when we were talking about. So 120,000. So it was the equivalent of multiple NFL stadiums, bigger than the largest NFL stadium, watching a bunny girl tell her mom that she's a bunny girl online for a living. And it was just adorable, very heartwarming.
So,
and yeah.
So let me get this straight. More people were concurrently watching this stream of an animated bunny girl revealing her job to her mother than have attended the largest WrestleMania in history.
I don't know WrestleMania numbers off the top of my head, but I'm going to say yes.
I can say yes to this one.
That's
Why do you know
ridiculous.
the largest WrestleMania numbers, Kailey?
You've met my husband.
Oh, that's right. So yeah, it was great. That's one that probably wouldn't do as good to watch here because that's, like a good 5-7 minutes.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn of a clip, but do look that up if you have not seen it yourself already. For anyone who's in chat, it's just heartwarming. Even if you don't know Hololive, that's one of those things where you can really feel the emotion coming through the screen. It's great.
Actually gonna pull up something real quick. If we're still gonna be talking for a little bit, there's something I wanted to pull up. Since we were talking about Okayu earlier.
Oh yeah. So Okayu is a cat girl. She was actually one of the earlier Hololive talents. So her design is a bit more on the simpler side. Her thing is she loves onigiri. Now this is a remix.
It is.
This is not an original song of hers.
Yeah, this is a cover. This is a very good song.
It's
and
actually
probably
it's
one of-
as the Holobase remix. Actually, the same artist
Yeah.
that did the Pop on Rocks.
Yes. I guess maybe we do that after this.
Okay. I was gonna kind of play this in the background a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah.
While we talk. Well,
We'll have this one.
because like just oh my god, like her voice is so. I could fall asleep listening to this.
Yeah, one of the great things about having so many different talents in Hololive and just so many different VTubers out there is everyone has their own personality. That it is not okay, we want another Gura or we want another Okayu or existing talent. That they look for people who are unique, who bring something different, and just over that spectrum of 50 people, you get people who are super soft, like one of the girls from Hololive Indonesia. Her name is Anya Melfisa. She is this adorable, soft-spoken girl who is a enchanted sword, an enchanted dagger that has come to life and become a human. And she's just super lazy. Her thing is that she's very sleepy all the time, but she's still, got a bit of firecracker personality every now and then, but generally she's going to be on the softer side. So if you're looking for something calm to put on the background, she might be a good one. Then on the other end of the spectrum, once again, in Hololive Indonesia, is her name is spelled Keijuri, I believe. Ollie. Pronounced Kurejiori. Crazy.
Hang on, spell that again.
Ollie.
Spell that again, and I'll tell you if you spelled it right.
Keijuri.
E-I. Yeah. Kureiji. Kureiji.
Kureiji,
Because it's a play on crazy, but
Yeah.
Kureiji. Kureiji.
Yeah, so her name is literally
Japanese
Crazy
lessons
Ollie.
from Kailey.
And she is loud, manic, and just as live wire as they come. So if you're looking for someone to, as they call it colloquially, bless your ears, she's someone to listen to, and she's just got great manic energy. Then there's Callie, who's sort of the cool type.
Callie's the cool
you have
dad.
Gura, who is your little gremlin. Ame is also sort of gremlin-esque, but still yet a very different type. That Ame is big sister gremlin, Gura is little sister gremlin, I suppose. Would probably be the one-liner difference.
Sorry, I'm just
But,
vibing
yeah,
over here.
that's one of the things that I really enjoy. Just even if you might not be in the mood for Callie one day, that just you might be looking for something a little bit softer, and you can always find someone online. That Hololive is at the point now where at basically any point in the day, just over the course of 24 hours, at least one of their talents is broadcasting at all times. And obviously, if you open that up to the VTuber community at large, that becomes an easy statement. Just, there's always someone streaming on Twitch.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
one of the great things about the world we live in, that goodness knows I'm never going to pay for cable again. Why would I do that when I can get Twitch and just literally bring up whatever I want? But, so here we have Holobase, who is a very accomplished remixer. What he usually does is take clips of audio from different streams. Sometimes it's a particular line or something, and does usually it's a Eurobeat mix of sorts along with it. Now, what we have here that Taylor is preparing to bring up is Pop on Rocks. One time Yeah, pauses. So Amelia Watson, who is one of the Hololive English girls, her thing is that she is a time traveling detective. The full name of the Hololive English first generation is Holomyth because you have 4 mythical creatures. You have the eldritch horror that is Ina. You have the Atlantean shark girl Gura. You have the rapping Grim Reaper Calliope. You have the Phoenix Kiara. Because we haven't actually mentioned Kiara yet, I don't think.
No, we
But
haven't.
yeah, so
Not really yet.
and then
like we mentioned them
there
all briefly, but not like in detail.
and then
And
there's
it's kind
Amelia
of
Watson.
wrong to mention Callie without Kiara.
Yes, we will get to that.
It's that
Oh
damn
gosh, we
shadow
will get
ban.
to
That's
that.
why she got overlooked.
Yep. um, so and Amelia Watson, commonly called just Ame. I've said Ame several times tonight. Probably should have specified who that is in full. She is, as her name would suggest, a detective, and her thing in the very minimal canon that exists within Hololive is that she was summoned in order to keep an eye on that. She heard that these 4 crazy mythical beings were gathering, and she's here to investigate and make sure that they don't do anything bad. Goodness knows Ame's done worse things than any of the 4 of them. Not even close. Not even close. But one time she decided to do an ASMR stream. And during that stream, she read Hop on Pop. Just, the classic Dr. Seuss thing. And for whatever reason, I think probably because there is a popular YouTuber who has done rap versions of Dr. Seuss books and probably took that idea of, okay, I now have the audio of Amelia doing it, so I can make my own sort of rap track and put it under her read. And that is where you get Pop on Rocks. And one day I was just a bit too bored, and I had Pop on Rocks stuck in my head.
Oh, do I need to play
So
the
I
instrumental
decided
for
to
you?
learn. No, I'm doing the intro. I'm doing the intro. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
this book is dangerous.
Oh no, wait. Yeah. Let's let Amelia actually do it, and then I'll do mine. Because I've memorized this.
Ready? Knocks and box, fox and socks. Knocks on fox and socks and box. Socks on knocks and knocks and box. Box and socks on box and knocks. Chicks with bricks come, chicks with blocks come. Chicks with bricks and then blocks and
Actually,
clocks.
just let this one
Let's do tricks
play,
with bricks and blocks,
and I'll
sir.
jump in
Let's
at
do
some
tricks
point.
with chicks and clocks, sir. First I'll make a quick trick, brick stack. Then I'll make a quick trick, block stack.
This should not go as hard as it does, but oh my god.
Now here's a new trick,
Mr. Knox. Socks on chicks and chicks on fox. Fox on clocks on bricks and blocks. Bricks and blocks on knocks on blocks. Then we come to ticks and talks, sir. Try to say this, Mr. Knox, sir. Clocks on talks, tick, clocks on fox talk. 6 bricks tick, 6 bricks talk. I can't trick, sir. I can't. Yeah, dang it, it's difficult when she sings as well. I'll let her do it.
Mr. Fox, sir. I'm so sorry, Mr. Knox, sir. Here's an easy game to play. Here's an easy thing to say. New socks, 2 socks. Whose socks? Sue's socks. Who sues? Whose socks? Sue sues. Sue's socks. Who sees? Who sues? Whose new socks, sir? That's not easy, Mr. Fox, sir. Who comes? Crow comes. Joe Slow. Crow comes. God damn it. Who sews crow's clothes? Sue sews crow's clothes. That one's hard. Sue sews socks of fox in socks now. Slow Joe Crow sews knocks in box now. Knocks and box, fox and socks, knocks on fox.
That's
and
basically the
fox
gist of
and
it.
Yeah, it's a good time. Holobase is very, very talented and has done several other ones, but I would say that Pop on Rocks is probably his most iconic, at least to date.
Oh, for sure.
Goodness. So, I know what we should do now. So, today is still, at least for a little bit longer, April 1st. There is a popular artist in the community known as Wolfie, who has made these adorable chibi-like arts of the Hololive EN girls for months on end now. That just, I don't know if you can maybe just Google Wolfie art or something tailored to just give people an idea of their style, because it's pretty iconic. Oh yeah, there's small Ame. So, this just very cute, kind of chibi. And they'll just make, either a GIF or a static image that is based on something that happened in a stream that week. And they'll usually, pump out anywhere from 3 to 5 pieces a week. So pretty good clip. They even programmed a game, because the first one they did was of Amelia, and the style became known as Small Ame. And then somebody took the art and programmed a game.
Sorry, just showing some of the small Ame animations.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these are the types of things.
But then, yeah, the small Ame game, which Amelia actually ended up playing on stream.
Yeah, the developer was just bowled over by that, because he was like, this is something that I did as a gag.
And then it ended up blowing up.
It ended up blowing up. Some people on the Hololive Reddit wound up doing speed runs of it.
Mhm.
I think the record is something of 14 seconds.
Something like that, yeah.
It's like 14 or 17 seconds. It's speedrunner stuff.
God.
But today, yesterday, I suppose, they announced that they were going to be getting new models. One thing that is, a big event for a VTuber is when they get a new model, whether it be an update to their existing one or if they've gotten, an entirely new design. So today, the 5 Hololive English girls did a collab stream and unveiled their new models.
Damn it, where'd it go? Hold on. You linked it to me, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. There it is. All right, so this is probably this will be the last thing we do for tonight, is to show off their new models.
We're ready to share something special with you.
Are you ready?
Are you
They're
ready?
so cute. I want to reach out to this artist that did this waiting screen.
Here we go. And 3, 2, 1. Hey!
They made 2D models for all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Fully
These are
rigged
incredibly
2D
cursed
models
scuffed
too.
models. Yeah. Incredibly cursed scuffed models.
Oh my god.
Do you guys like the
So,
new
and
outfits?
they've said that they will be keeping these models, that they aren't, they aren't overtaking their normal models, obviously, but it's
Yeah.
something that if they want to do a silly stream and just, I don't know, one day every couple of weeks, want to be small, that this is now part of their arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Well, I know I could talk Hololive literally till the
For
cows go
hours.
home.
Yes,
it
you-
is something that
Yes,
If-
you could, but it's
if we were actually going to make this the Hololive Party podcast, I do not actually doubt that we could have an hour and a half of content every week. That there's actually a group on the Hololive Reddit that does a weekly newsletter roundup, and just with their headlines alone, I could have enough here to bounce off of.
well,
but
I'm sure you could, but unfortunately, it's still my show, and so we got to
yes,
wrap
it
up
is
here.
still your show.
So
And this has been a delightful April Fool's episode of the LAN/Hololive Party podcast. And to be fair, this was Taylor's idea, not mine. I did not coerce Taylor into this. She came to me with it.
I mean, guilty as charged, but is it? You didn't even get your Joel rant this week because you got your whole goddamn episode.
Yes, I did.
All right, well, that is going to do it for us this week. Quick announcement before we sign off. The LAN Party Podcast is moving time slots. We are no longer on Thursdays. We will be moving to Sundays at 5 p.m. Central, starting not this Sunday, going to take the weekend off, but next Sunday. Sundays at 5 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube. No longer on Thursdays. I'll put it up on Twitter as well. So just keep an eye out for that. Kaylee, thank you so much for joining us. This is an absolute pleasure to have you.
Sorry, I'm a little dying. I know it was mentioned earlier, and without saying too much, I had a stream before this.
Yeah, you've been busy.
And a full day's worth of work.
All right. Well, we'll let you go to bed.
Yeah. But thank you for joining us. I'm sure we'll find an excuse to get you on here before long. And even if not, you can hear Kailey along with Taylor and myself 99% of the time on the radio dramas at Digital Era Twitch. I'm Joel. She's Taylor. The other she is Kailey. And Taylor, do you have a particular sign-off line? I don't know, because you're the one that always handles ending the stream.
I'll see you next week.
Sort of say goodbye at the end. It's not.
You tried.
Oh my God.
Good night.